Hello everyone, my name is Akinnuoye Temitope, also known as the Lady Realtor. Welcome to another discussion time with the Lady Realtor. Today we have a topic that is very essential. In fact, this particular topic you've actually been waiting for somebody to talk about it. Like really you've been like, oh God, why this? Why? I really need someone to explain to me why this is happening and why I have to pay all of these fees and all that. Now the topic today is, why do I have to pay the other fees? Yes, why do I have to pay the other fees? Over the years in this business, I get a lot of questions. Like people be like, okay, you said the cost of the land is 2 million naira. So why do I have to pay 800,000 naira other fees? Like why, where, how? Well, a lot of, you know, recently I had to explain to someone. In fact, trust me, this is more like what I do almost all the time when I have to explain to people why they have to pay. But this particular one I want to discuss with you is quite important, like seriously, because the woman, she went all ranting. She was really angry, like, why I really want this land, and now you're telling me I have to pay this, and sorry, the budget I have, and this and this and this. So I allow her to vent. I allow her to explain herself. Really, I just have to just let her say everything on her mind. And when she was done, I was like, Ma'am, can you please give me a few minutes? Let me explain to you why you have to pay these fees. And at the end of the day, we were able to reach a common ground. Now, why do you have to pay the other fees? Now, let me explain to you these other fees. Then we will now get to why you have to pay the other fees. Now, the first one is deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is a legal document, and the only legal document that shows that you actually acquire a particular property. Yes, this property is being transferred from point A to point B, or from Mr. A to Mr. B. There must be a tenable paperwork. Yes, there must be a tenable paperwork between the assigner to the assignee. And who is the assigner? The company or the person that you are buying from, and you are the assignee. Now, this particular document is prepared by a lawyer. It is done by a lawyer, and it has to come with a stamp. Yes, the court stamp. Now, trust me, this particular document come at a cost. It comes at a cost, and for every real estate transaction, it is 5% of that particular property, of the value of the land or the value of the building. It is 5%. You can check this. This is information you can get from a lawyer, or you can get from the internet as well. We are in an information age where you can actually get information easily. So just a little type on Google and these answers will come to you. So it is 5% of the actual cost of the property. Now, also, we have survey. Now, what is a survey? Now, survey is the only document that is showing the land size, the size, the length and breadth, the diameter, and all of that, the information. It is the only document that is showing the land size of your property, and this is done by a surveyor. Now, let me explain this to you. In Lagos State, yes, in Lagos State, the cost of survey is determined by the office of the surveyor general. It is not determined by any company. It is not determined by any individual. It is determined by the office of the surveyor general, and it is an information that you can actually access on their website. For every location in Lagos, there is a particular price for the cost of survey. It is nothing. There is nothing anybody can say about this. This is a standard practice, and it has been there for years. So when you employ the services of a surveyor with a seal, yes, because trust me, the business has to come. When you're using the service of a surveyor, it has to be a registered surveyor with a seal. Now, the surveyor will be giving you the standard price by the office of the surveyor general. Now, the next one is the developmental levy. Developmental levy. Now, when we come to you with promises of some things in an estate, we'll promise you perimeter fencing, good drainage systems, 24-hour security, 24 hours power supply, 24 hours water, recreation center, so many things, free Wi-Fi, so many things. Trust me, those things they come at a cost. They come at a cost. Yes, a high cost at that. Now, for 24 hours security, when you are getting high standard security personnel, it is not cheap. It is not cheap. And trust me, with the level of insecurity in Nigeria, estates always go for the best of security service. They use civic arm. They also use armed security officers, both during the day and at night. Now, all of this come at a cost. Now, your 24-hour security, most estates that I know of generate power on their own. Yes, some will have to pay an extra cost to the power generating power distributing office. They pay and they say, okay, you supply us a power for 12 hours, we generate our power for another, we generate our power on our own for another 12 hours. So all of this come at a high cost. Now, the drainage system, the good drainage system, especially for island, where you have to do underground tunnel to ensure that your estate is dry even during heavy downpour, all of this come at high cost. Now, and also the cleaning of the estate, ensuring that the estate is neat all the time, making sure. Now, the day-to-day running of the estate come at a very, very high cost, and that is why you are paying that developmental levy. And then also change of ownership. Now, change of ownership is mostly you as an individual, you buy this particular property. Now, maybe in another 1 year, you decide to change name. Probably you're married now, you want to change your name, or you want to transfer ownership, you want to give it to your son, your daughter, just so now this also will have to come at a cost. Now, why did this have to come at a cost? A contract. Remember, a deed has been done in your name. So now, to transfer the ownership, a lawyer will have to prepare another document to show that the new person is now the owner. So that is why you have to pay for change of ownership. Then also, in some other cases, not so common, we have application form fee. Now, the application form fee is really, really not common, but of course, I would like to explain to you. Now, it's just an administrative fee to show how serious you are. In most cases, we don't actually ask for it. We don't ask you to pay, but then it's just for the knowledge. Now, let's go to why you have to pay for all these fees. Now, trust me, now when you buy directly from Omonile, what you're paying for is only the cost of the land. And in most cases, what you get is family receipts. Now, everything you have to do to ensure that that property is registered with the government in your name will come at your own cost. Now, the first thing you do when you buy property directly from an Omonile is get a lawyer to do your deed of assignment, and the lawyer will charge you 5% of the cost of the land. When you're done with that, the next thing you do is get a surveyor. The surveyor will charge you the standard price by the office of the surveyor general. Now, everything you have to do when you build to make your property livable and conducive for you, that you have to bring power, that you have to create good drainage system, that you have to dig borehole, all come at your own cost. Now, when you are buying from an estate, you are at an advantage. Now, why are you at an advantage rather? That's because they subsidized all of these things. Now, you as an individual, you are buying directly from an Omonile, a plot, 2 plots, right? But companies will buy hectares of land. So when they are coming, they do the deed of assignment in bulk. Now they have their lawyer that prepare their documents for them. So which makes it much more easier for them to buy directly. Now, when they are selling to you, of course, they have to issue you a deed of assignment. Now, the cost of the deed of assignment will actually be subsidized because the land is in bulk. Now, they bought the land in bulk, and also so the amount they pay for deed of assignment is less. So, of course, it will be lesser when you are buying as an individual. They subsidize from the deed of assignment, and also the survey fee. Now, when you are buying on the highland, of course, I know for Ibejuleki axis that the cost of survey can be as high as ₦1 million to 1.5 million naira, but some estate company will say pay 500. Some will pay 1 million, depending on the location, right? And this come with a red copy. Now, All of these things come at a subsidized price. If you go directly and do it on your own, it's going to be more expensive. Now, the developmental levy, everything you get in the estate to make life livable, to make the estate habitable for you, come at a high cost as well. But they come at a reduced cost. It comes at a reduced cost, and you have a functional estate to live in. You have a functional environment, well arranged, well organized, quite secure, and all of that to live in. Unlike when you just live on a street, where you have to call A and B together, fight and argue over things before you can get one thing done. But this is being managed properly by a company, or well organized. You don't have to go through the hassle to get a good drainage system. You don't have to go through the hassle to get water. So you don't have to go through headaches to get good security or and all of that. So everything is well organized. So all you need to do is just pay a reduced price. Now it is reduced in the sense that only you cannot be in an estate. Of course, there are 20, 50 or more in that estate. Now, the cost of running that estate will be divided amongst everybody in the estate. So now, going by every explanation given here, you will know that every fee, everything we've talked about is actually justified. Trust me, it is justified. Nobody is trying to cheat you. Nobody is trying to take, no, like many people will say, hiding money. Nobody is hiding any money anywhere to take from you to extort you. They are just the right amount of money to pay. Now, in most cases, some people will say, why not just put everything together? Now, trust me, you can't actually put everything together like that. Now, in most cases, many people will be like, but if the cost of land, no, trust me, clients and their own peculiarity. Some will tell you that in Aja, so and so is selling the land for 20 million naira. Why is your own 35 million naira? And the next thing you want to be like, sir, these and these fees are have actually been added. If you check the other so and so, you will, if you put the other fees together, you will see they're selling at the same cost. So that is why in most cases we don't actually include the cost of the land with the other fees. We make it separate so that you can understand. And of course, with a knowledgeable realtor, he or she will be able to explain to you why A and B is like this and why the other fees is like. So that is just it. And so I hope with this you will be able to understand where we are coming from and why you have to pay the other fees and why it is essential. And trust me, in most cases, companies don't actually enforce it. They don't say, okay, you compulsorily you have to pay. Immediately you pay for the cost of the land. They will give you time. They say, okay, pay at your own time. You can actually break it down. You break it, pay on installments and all that. So they make it quite easy for every buyer. And at the end of the day, you can buy your land today and in another 2 years pay for the other fees. But then it is subject to allocation. Of course, it is only when you make 100% payments that is when you get full allocation, of course, and your land is there. Even if you don't pay in the next 10 years, your land is there. Now, I hope you've been able to gain one or two things from this video. And if you actually get value from this video, kindly subscribe to our channel, like, comment and share. Please share to your loved ones. There are people that need to hear this. There are people that need to know why they are paying that fees. Of course, not so many people understand why they are paying, and it's more like a lot of people are ignorant about this particular topic, and so they just have to in most cases they lose out on many opportunities. So please share, let as many as possible people know about this and know why they are paying and all of that. Thank you and see you in the next video.